to the beach, y'all.
You don't stop.
I felt
What
like
up, Doe?
I felt like that joint was
Back.
about to go straight to the MC Breed mode.
It's moved in there, man. I like that little ride, like that little tune. What up, Doe? We back in full effect. Another episode of Mask Off 169 Mindset.
Man, these
If
episodes,
you
we getting deep in the game on these episodes, baby.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. 170 will be next. And if you don't know, now you know. We back in full effect. Back rocking and rolling. First, I want to acknowledge that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So be aware of your mental health in May. In all life, but definitely in May. We back in full effect. I'm one of your hosts, Mask Off Malachi, in the building. To my right is my brother from another mother, the one, the only, the OG, Big Tone. There it is, man. You like that? You like that welcome I gave you right there?
Thank you,
Yeah.
young boy. Thank you.
Hey, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Gotta hit him with the in and out with the hee. You know what I mean? So if you don't know, now you know. Mask Off live stream. We back at it. Coming to you through your speaker box, through your phone systems, through your TVs, or wherever you might be seeing us. We are here. We live and well, and grateful for another episode of Mask Off Mindset. We're gonna be talking mindset today. We're gonna be talking a lot of things in the community and the mindset around these things of people that have done these things that haven't been so good, and what type of mindset were they in. We're gonna get to all of that. If you don't know, now you know. The playoffs is also popping off. We got the Western Conference Finals cooking up. Eastern Conference Finals cooking up. Game 1 Eastern Conference was last night. Game 1 of Western Conference Finals is going on as we speak. So if you don't know, now you know. I personally am going for the Wolves to go all the way. I would love to see a new champ. I mean, either way it go, we're gonna see a new champ because we're gonna see a new champ regardless. All the defending champ is out. Anybody that win ain't been no champion. So I would love to see a new champion, of course. But mainly Ant-Man. I want Ant-Man to get a ring. I wouldn't be mad if Luka and the Mavs make it though. But I want to see Ant-Man in, man. I love his game. I love his grit, love his hustle, his tenacity. I personally feel like he's a new face of NBA, and maybe I'm rambling on because y'all know I love NBA, so I'm already starting out the gate with all of this. But I feel like he the new face of the NBA. I read an article earlier that was saying that we need Ant-Man to be the new face of the NBA, and then I was like, that's interesting. So I clicked on it, and it said that one, he's a true hooper. Number 2 is that he's a true USA born player, and I was like, that's good because you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got Embiid, you got Luka Doncic, and now Wembanyama, all foreign players. These are not U.S. soil players. You feel me? We think like, oh man, these guys. No, man, these guys are foreign, running our league. So Ant-Man coming in, and coming to save the day for the culture, man. So yes, sir.
I want to say you cock hopping. That's number 1. I'm gonna say that out loud.
Whoa.
those strong words. Before
Can't just
before
like him, man.
Before the conference, you was all about Damian Lillard.
I still am.
Damian Lillard. Oh my God, Damian Lillard. I can't believe it. You're everything I ever wanted in a basketball player. You're my Jesus. You're my saint. You're everything. Now, Ant-Man, he hit a bunch of powerful shots. Now you're like, I'm standing up for Ant-Man. All year, I have said, who is my dynamic player? Kyrie. Kyrie Irving has been my go-to guy all year. I said he is the best point guard of this time right now. And I stand on it. And he has shown you, he has proved it. You know what I mean? I am 100% in line with a battle with you right now. And I didn't even know that. until you open your mouth and say who you declare the man. Let's go, Kyrie. Let's go, Luka. I'm not a Luka fan, but for Dallas, I'm riding with Luka. You know what I mean? I have to say
for
this.
Kyrie.
I'm really Kyrie. I'm really a Kyrie fan.
Now,
You know
I love Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, I feel personally.
Go back over the Wolves. Go back on the Wolves. Don't you step over here.
No.
We're over here.
I can be a fan of both now. I feel like Kyrie is top 3 maybe in the league point guard wise.
No.
You say number 1. I feel
He
like
is number one. He is number 1. He is the only man right now that play defense on offense.
Kyrie Irving is an incredible player. I will give you that. He is he's one of one. We never seen, I believe, I haven't seen every era of basketball, but I personally feel like Kyrie's something we ain't seen. You know what I'm saying? The way he handled the rock, the way he get his shot off, he creates space. Like he can get a shot off on any situation. And that's something you don't see, man. Either they got a good shot, no hands like that, or good hands, no shot. He got the full package, man. And he plays so big on the court. You know, you go up with him, man. You just don't know what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't want you. I really just don't want you to keep talking about it right now because I don't want you to speak on it because a minute ago it was like, oh my God, Damian Lillard, Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints, Damian Lillard. Now you don't know where to bounce. You know, you don't know where to bounce. You don't know where to bounce your ball. And I just want you to keep
breaking
your ball
news
over there with them other boys.
Let's fast forward 1 year from now. Yeah. The Milwaukee Bucks will be headed to the finals. The Milwaukee Bucks will be ready to win a championship. The only reason they did not win this year is because Giannis was hurt. I believe in the first round, actually. You take away that injury,
win this year is because they're paying to have his brother on a team when they can get him off the team and hire another option.
They don't need no other options. They good where they at. Okay. And I didn't realize Drew Holiday wasn't playing for them no more. He played at Boston.
Yeah, he went Boston.
Boston, yeah.
That's why Boston where he at now.
Yeah, that's true. Drew Holiday is a true hooper.
Tell him
a true point guard. So yeah, man. On the East we got Boston and Indiana. I love Indiana. I didn't love them until last night. I watched some of the game and I'm like, man, these dudes balling. Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton, and they got some other dogs over there that's just they sneaky, man. I didn't think I go Boston in 6, but if it goes 7, I gotta go for Indiana. The way they had them boys on the ropes last night, I was like, ooh.
They're gonna shoot their shot like they did. They may get one more, and then Boston gonna erupt on them. It's Boston's year.
You think so? You think they're going all the way to the chip, huh? You think they're gonna win the chip?
I don't know about that, but I know it's their year to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Because they got there 2 years ago against about two or 3 years ago against Golden State. I think it was.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. Just the way New York lost, that was a tough series.
That was a tough series, went 7, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a tough series. Who they was playing? The Pacers, right?
Yeah, Indiana was the one to put them out. They sure did. That was a tough series. Yeah,
that was a tough series.
So, yeah, game 7.
So them boys gonna be back next year.
Yeah, they will, because I was disappointed in Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart's performance in game 7. I'm like, man,
wasn't he eating chicken in a press conference?
I don't know about that. I can't confirm or deny that.
But
yeah, man, them boys looking good. It's exciting though, man. I love seeing new fresh blood in. I'm disappointed that the Lakers lost in the first round. Yeah,
it was expected.
Yeah, I mean, with the matchup,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't even expecting them to go that far. You know what I mean?
It was a lot for the playoffs.
Make the play-in, but I wasn't expecting them to do nothing more than the play-in, bro.
They should have lost that first game against New Orleans on purpose, so they could see somebody different. They would have seen OKC. They would have put OKC out.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't because they didn't have that matchup with OKC.
Man, Nah, man, them boys too young. Cause hey, didn't they lose? No, they lost in the second round. They swept the Pelicans. The Mavericks put them out. Mavericks put them out in 6, didn't they? Yeah. And the Mavericks came back from a 20-point deficit in game 6. Them boys weren't ready, man.
You know
But
who did it though?
moving
Kyrie
forward,
did it. Kyrie did it, bro.
Kyrie, that's true. But moving forward, coming up years to come, OKC gonna be something to mess with for real. Everybody young, they fresh, and I mean it's just a new league, man. I'm concerned for the Lakers, honestly. Like LeBron ain't looking. I don't know. I just don't know no more, man. It's just a new league.
I think he's trying to hold tight to wait and see what Bronny gonna do, so he can be the first one to have your son. You play with your son. You know what I mean? I think he at this point he ain't done everything. He got all the accolades he can get. Like
He just
to play
cruising.
on a team with your son. What more can you ask for? You know what I mean? And then after that, I'm retiring.
I saw a post that said that he changed his mind. He just wants to play on the same court. So, it don't got to be the same team. If he get drafted somewhere and then they go play them, I don't know how true that is though. Don't fact check me on that. But I saw that post. People make posts all day long, so it didn't have to be real. But because that'd be interesting. Like where, depending on where he get drafted, is Brown gonna make a move to get himself there? You feel me? Like how big is it important to him? You know what I'm saying? That'd be my question. Like, what are you really willing to do? Say for instance, he get drafted to the Pelicans or, to New York. Like you going over there? The drop of a hat?
Sure.
I don't know if he is.
Or Detroit.
Hey, like I would personally love that.
That's an ultimate backdoor to get the king in here.
Man, it would. We draft Bronny. Because I think we got the 5th pick, I believe.
5th pick, man. Oh, we ain't talked about that, man. We ain't talked about that draft, which we got jerked out of
the
again.
NFL draft. The NFL draft?
No, I'm talking about the
NFL or NBA. Yeah. Because we the worst team in the league, but got the 5th pick, bro. Come on. Worst team in the league. We deserve something, and that's I get why they doing it with the lottery version, but it just need to go. The top 5 worst teams need to just have that 5 in a row, and then after that, do a lottery. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not fair. You clearly need help. Like give us something. Give us something, man. Yeah, last few years, Detroit Pistons have not been looking good. But my thing is, eventually, it's got to turn around. Eventually, it's got to change. So we'll see what happens this year.
Well, we normally start this thing off the right way, and ain't no other way we could do this but the right way, man. This is Mask Off, episode 169. And before we do anything, I really do want to kick off something that we love called Motivational Minute. Go ahead, boy. Do your thing.
Yes, sir. Mental Health Month in May, and we talking mindset, bunch of M's. In order to get to the M's, in order to get to your life, you have to approach life with the correct mindset. Every single day, every single task, every single opportunity has to be approached with the right mindset. Take time to adjust your mindset. You might be not in the right perspective. Perspective shapes your mindset. How you see is going to shape your mindset. So make sure that everything that you approach, whether it be your family, your friends, your opportunities up before you, approach it with the right mindset. If you're not in the right mindset, you're not going to execute at your best. You're not going to give it your all. You're not going to do the extra mile. And you're not going to probably do anything at all. So the right mindset is going to shape your world. The right mindset shapes your world because the world is going to constantly pour down on you and try to pull you down. But you got to have the right mentality to get through that adversity, get through the challenges. With the right mindset, you will understand that these challenges are sent to make you better. But with the wrong mindset, you'll feel like, oh man, everything sucks. My life is terrible and I'll never get out. All right. It's something I'm currently actively working on in my life is to, even as a husband now, I have to have a certain mindset daily with my wife and with my life and with these opportunities I have. And I mentor children now. I have to continually adjust my mindset as I travel to and fro and do the things that I'm doing, man. So that's your motivational minute, man. Check your mindset. Mindset is everything, man. Exhale.
You know, it's funny you bring up mindset. You know, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm toxic. I'm toxic.
That's what that exhale was, huh?
Yeah, and I love toxic shit sometimes, and I'll be honest with you. And it's nothing wrong with me. Like I don't have low self-esteem or
Mhm.
nothing like that. But I am guilty of being a troll
Mm.
on Facebook. I'm a major troll. And sometimes when I troll, people get in their feelings.
Mm.
So
Had to get the young dog together real quick.
yeah, so my thing is, man, I get I don't all right. I'm gonna say this as an example. So
Mhm.
I got a cousin who real Ralph Tresvant, real super
Okay.
sensitive. And I
Yeah.
know it, but
Man, you bring this up every other conversation. Nah.
because it's funny to me. It's funny. Like
Uh,
he posted this big long speech about women, and then I was like, I didn't even know you like women, cuz. So he got hot. Come on, man, chill. He got hot. And next thing I know, he talking about he ain't want to talk to me no more. But
cut you off.
you know, and I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like, but here's the thing though, and I have to do better with associating everybody the same way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, you know, shout out to my Orilla family.
Stand
And
up.
when you know, I associate with if you my close friend or you my homie, you should know how to take a joke. Like
Mm-hmm.
we not super sensitive like that. Like that's not
Mm-hmm.
what the squad do. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody don't fit in that mold, man. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself testing motherfuckers to see if they in line and they don't in line. And I get not necessarily disappointed, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm working on my toxicity. I'm gonna say that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm gonna continue to work on my toxicity because I
It's been all
feel
your
like
life.
you know, like even with like Mask Off, like our personalities are so different, all four of
Absolutely.
us. You know what I mean?
Very different. Very,
And
very
it
different.
took a minute for a couple other guys to really understand that. Half the time, I'm talking shit, and I'm not coming from a place to hurt you. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like I joke like that, you know. But it's like I don't know. It's like you walking on eggshells with people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I find it hard sometimes for me to be me because I have to dummy me down for somebody else. And
Mm-hmm.
majority of times people are always saying, well, you know, uh, people don't like to play like that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ironic you talking about mindset. My
Yeah.
mindset is like, why is everybody so fucking uptight?
Yeah.
We live in a world today where everything is so extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you can get canceled quick. You can do all this stuff
Yeah.
quick. And
Yeah.
you know, when you speak on mindset, I just think about like, damn, like so because you feel uncomfortable about something you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't even feel uncomfortable about, that
Mm-hmm.
means I have to curb who I am. It's not like I'm
Right.
cussing at you or you just don't like my sarcasm.
Right.
Like
Right.
everybody's everybody's humor ain't built for everybody, I guess.
That's true. That's
You know
true.
what I mean? And I'm like, well, for you to feel okay, I have to silence who I am. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. I don't think that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like I'm giving you one more quick example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was on Facebook trolling, doing what I
Trolling.
do. I was bored, you know what I mean? So I ran across my uncle page down south, and he's an aspiring chef. he's not that great of a chef, from what I see, but he's a good griller. So all the other stuff don't look that hot. Like he made like this banana bread thing. So I had this meme where it's like a little character. He came and he was like, yuck, 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 and walked off. I said, yo, this don't look edible. And so he got hot. Presentation goes a long way. And at the end of the day, I would rather somebody be real with me than be fake with me any day. You know what I mean?
Good point. I agree.
But I look on the page, everybody talking about something looks yummy. Ooh, yummy, 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 yummy. And so then he gets hot. He's like, why you on my page? Why you being negative? I'm not being negative. One thing I can do, I'm fat. I can talk about food. That's the one thing I'm good at, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving my opinion about what food looks like. And so then he's like, you can get off my page being negative. So I'm like, you drawing. You doing too much. You know what I mean? So he called my mom. He told my mom, he like, well, I guess the apple don't fall far from the tree. So I say, well, aren't you on the same tree?
He called Dukes though. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, you call her for I'm 45. Once you just call me, you got an issue, bro. You know what I mean? So long story short, man.
Call me straight.
Huh?
Call me straight.
Call me direct. You know what I mean? So I was talking to my aunt today, my other auntie today. She said that, everybody don't find humor the same way. Sometimes you don't got to say everything you feel. And this is where I come on the line of mindset. So I got to change my mindset for somebody else to feel comfortable. And it's unfortunate where you're censoring me to feel okay about you.
Yeah. And I mean, but that's life. We have to coexist. And I do understand what you're saying as far as people being sensitive. Because at the same time, the right mindset on their end, I do agree with some of what your aunt said, but at the same time, on their end, as a chef, if you like, okay, this is his opinion. How can I rewrite my recipe? How can I get better? How can I, make sure I'm on point? You know what I'm saying? You got to take the good with the bad.
Anybody that knows me know my little sister. She's an aspiring chef, and presentation goes a long way. So I tagged her on one of his horrible looking recipes, and I said, yo, she is an up and coming chef. He'll link in with her, which is his niece. You know what I'm saying?
So you telling him to get help from her?
I'm telling her to link in with her because she can help him with his presentation.
But how long has she been doing it? How long he been doing it?
She went to culinary school. He clearly did.
Okay. Oh, that's what it is. He ain't go to school.
I don't know what it is, but it was another thing. I think it was like pulled pork, but it looked really mushy. And when you play the sound is, and I was like, yuck, that don't seem edible. It seemed mushy. And it looks like you had it under the heat too long. So he hot. That's why I gave him the recommendation. Look at her. Her presentation goes far. Even if your food not good, people going to look at your food and say, that looks nice. Your shit don't look nice. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm trying to tell them. Like, but everybody on this page like, oh my God, that's great. I'm like, touche.
It's mid. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like the culture we in with everybody's right, everybody did good, everybody deserves praise, and that is not a good thing. Yeah, like Danny said, someone trying to help him out. And that's,
but he called my mom. He called my mom and said I was being a dickhead and da 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 da.
Call a mom is crazy work. That's like some young. That's
what I said. Like like you call my mom, dude. I'm 45.
But he ain't call you though.
Ain't said shit to me.
Yeah, he should hit your line directly. Like what? Like, yeah, that's crazy. How you
Yo, but I
call
put on,
somebody
I
mom
put
like
on the
that, man?
John. I put on the John. Yo, if you trying to get at me, you know how to reach me. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so he's like, why you on my page? You know what I'm saying? Stay off my page. Like he hot, heated.
Why you on my page, boy?
So I was like, RIFB. Rest in Facebook, my nigga. Shit.
What can I do?
What can I do? You know what I mean? So, when we talk about mindset, man, I'm like, it's a double-edged sword. Like
It is.
people want you to accommodate them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like he was alluding to the certificate of appreciation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you wasn't on the motherfucking winning team, but
Right.
because you fucking participated, you get a fucking trophy too. No.
Mm-hmm. And it don't work like that. It definitely don't work like that.
You're right, Danny. I'm fat as fuck. I know about food. Shit.
If it ain't nothing, if it ain't one thing or other, OG gonna know about some food.
I know about some food, baby. If it don't look good, it ain't gonna taste good.
You feel me?
Now feel me, baby.
Understand me?
You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's a motivational minute for the night, man. Had a right mindset. Accept constructive criticism, accept also destructive criticism, if I can say that. But through everything, man, just had the right mindset. The right mindset through whether it be something that's positive or negative, the right mindset will get you through that situation. All right. Yeah, and it is Mental Health Month. It is May. The year is going by quick, man. It is May 22nd, 2024, man.
Bro, it was just our birthdays. Now these kids about to get out of school.
Bruh, school year is definitely coming to an end. And the summer is here. It's been hot. I've been loving it. Make sure PSA, quick PSA, man. And I saw this online, and people make this announcement every year. It's hot now. It is hot. It's time for people to be taking. You got to take at least 2 showers a day, man. At least 2. Like the people must know this. You want to start your day, want to end your day, at least. You know what I'm saying? Or if you get an early start, you come in, you gotta hop in that shower, man. You can't. Hey, we human. We got flesh. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this too. DT ain't fucking playing with nobody, bro.
DT who?
DTE is not playing with
DTE.
nobody. So make sure before you put that air conditioning in, you fucking get them bills down. Because they will fucking increase your bill once you turn the AC on. So deal with them fans first, my nigga. I know you're gonna be hot as fuck, but play with them fans till you get that bill down. Shit, you know what I mean? Because last thing you don't want to do is you come home and everything is fucking off.
The house off.
House is off.
I agree, man. Great PSA, man. Shout out to MaskOff. We giving people what they need. The PSAs, the APAs, the BPBs. I don't know what those acronyms mean, but we giving it to you.
We
all
give
right?
it to you raw and cut, man. That's all we hear, man. Get your mindset together.
That's what we do, man. So it's a few things that popped off in the news. A few things around the way, man. I don't know if you want to hit that first or if you want me to go through these facts I got here.
Well, we talk about mindset, right? I just want to tap into the
I like
fact.
that right there.
You like that?
That's nice.
I want to get that in the background. Actually, this is a ream of this thing right here. I want to get that. That's a render. I want to get that back here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's the render the guy sent me. But anyway, I'm saying that about mindset. You want to be aware of what's going on in the news today because just not too long ago it was a young man driving and I may not have all the facts, so don't quote me, but I do recall he met up with some chick, you know what I mean, and they in a car, they got into an argument and he shot her and killed her, you know what I mean. I think he shot her like 5 or 6 times and then pushed her out of the car and kept going. I think that was on the
Mm.
freeway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they was on the freeway. And I know I just saw it show up on my timeline, my news timeline, talking about that. And that was here in Detroit, Michigan. I don't know what freeway. I think it was 94 or either Southfield Freeway. But either way it go, you have to understand that everybody ain't normal. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. There's
You
no
have
such thing as
and whatever's your reasoning of what normal is,
Mm-hmm.
somebody else normacy could be completely different.
Absolutely. Great point.
So
I agree. Yeah.
you always have to be in tune to what you hear, what you
Mhm.
see, and what
Mhm.
people say, because
Yep.
those are three things that they mean to do. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah. I totally agree, man. And you know, it was this phrase going around when I was younger that common sense ain't common, you know, and it's not, man. And that's why you have to be aware and approach life with the right mindset, that you being watchful, that you being aware, that you being aware of your surroundings, because it's crazy folks out here, man. And be aware of the people you involve yourself with. A lot of these situations could have been avoided if you was peeping game from when you met dude and you seen like he kind of crazy, or he mentioned certain things. The signs be there. The signs be there, and we don't be in the right mindset, and we'll ignore it. We'll be passive about it. Oh, that's nothing. That's just him. I'm sure he's just traumatized. Like, no, those be deeper underlying issues that went unaddressed, that turned into a mental health aspect on his end, that make people do these certain things and lash out and cause a scene, cause chaos, cause ruckus, cause murder, cause crime, whatever it is, you know. And that's a part of being aware as well. Is
You
the
know,
company you keep.
bro, a lot of that stuff too,
Hmm.
it comes from people that you comfortable the most with. And you sit in a
Absolutely.
room and y'all getting high with each other, but you on some other shit with this weed, and and they take it and they start zooming out, and you don't know what
Hmm.
planet they on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't smoke or drink, but I know one thing for sure: the weed that people get nowadays is not the same weed. You know what I mean?
It's
And
not.
I'm gonna give you a prime indicator of that. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know if you remember last year, where this dude, he just randomly was walking down the street with an AK, just shooting at people. Now that's telling me you doing something you got no business doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. To the
And a
max.
lot of this stuff be laced in they weed, bro. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Or they have like undiagnosed conditions, and and that weed may trigger one of those conditions. And this is stuff that the doctors are saying. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you have to be aware at all times, like what are you doing? If you smoke, know who you smoke with. Know what you smoking with. You know what I mean? Because that stuff nowadays, that was it synthetic weed and all this stuff,
Yeah.
is not the same weed.
K-12 and all that. Yeah. Definitely got to be aware for sure. Yeah, because I mean, and when it comes to the substances, people have a lackadaisical mindset behind that. So if you're going to indulge in those things, like you said, approach it with some care. Be aware of what you put in your body if you're going to do that. That's for sure, man. 100%.
Yeah, I said it and I mean it. Be aware of what people say, be
Hmm.
aware of what you see, and be aware of what people do. Those
Hmm.
are the three indicators that would never steer you wrong, because what you're doing is keep your head on the swivel.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
what I was always taught. I was always taught keep my head on the swivel, because you
Hmm.
never know what situation you may be in and what
Hmm.
mindset somebody else may be in also.
Right. Absolutely. 100%, man. Yep.
You sleep.
Um, and and speaking of that, man, speaking of head on the swivel and never know what people be on, man. Your boy No Diddy, man. He got a whole phrase out here, no Diddy, no Diddy. Um, yeah, in the news, we are a lot of people speculated him to be having certain dealings. But now there's been a lot of chaos, if you will, in the news about him surrounding his name and things. Mainly concerning the young lady. Is it Cassidy or Cassie?
It's Cassie.
Cassie. Video was released of some violent actions, man. And there's two sides to every story for sure. But I'm of the mindset that you see a certain thing, you have to take it for face value, but there's also things in the background that we are unaware of. And the main thing is that reputation is huge, man. Reputation is huge. I was talking to my group that I mentor today, and I was telling them that it is harder to change a reputation than it is to build one. Once someone knows you to do something or knows you to be something, it's harder to reverse that. It's harder to take that idea of way out of people's minds, because they're gonna be like, oh man, I already know he'd be on that. You could change your life and try to do better. But once people know you for something, they know you for that.
So with this whole Diddy thing, I'm gonna do a pushback. You know what I mean? And my pushback is, and furthermore, I'm gonna say this before I even say it. I've already got some flag, whether it's been social media or even in the spaces that I dwell in. I've got pushback. And I've been called a victim shamer, so to speak. And I just want to say this, and I'm gonna say this too. What we saw was a snapshot of a moment. You know what I mean? And in that snapshot, we ain't see Diddy / Puffy Combs at his best. We saw him at what potentially could have been one of his worst moments publicly, right?
Yeah.
So
Point.
my thing is, before that snapshot, there was another snapshot. And before that snapshot, it was another snapshot. What led up to that snapshot? And like I said, I've been known as a victim shamer. And these are words that originating from people who, from my perspective, are considered to be victims themselves, And we were talking behind the scenes, and I said, most people that identify with Cassie and her situation, they've gotten their ass whooped before. So they know what it feels like to have a foot up their ass. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way, and you laughing, but I'm saying it in the sense of, when you become victim of something, you never forget it. You always remember what that ass whooping felt like. Like I said to you, when I was growing up, I had to pick the switches. You know what I mean? Which were, number one, psychologically damaging, and number two, physically damaging. So I knew what it felt like to pick a switch. I knew what it felt like to hold books in my hand and balance my feet in the air. I knew how it felt like to balance books and be in a squat position. As you can see, I was bad as fuck. So I knew all these things. You know what I'm saying? I know what discipline in the Black community feels like. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to an ass whooping, I never forget what an ass whooping feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to remember that butt whooping because it looked brutal, right?
Yeah, but you remember your ass whooping though. And
You do.
It probably was brutal too. Yeah, but like I said, and this would be the thing, most women identify with ass whooping, so they say no reason for him to whip that ass like that. My thing is, you never know what she have done before it got to that point. You know what I'm saying? Now mind you, he came out in the towel. She could have just pulled on his wanker and ran, or whatever the case may be, bit it, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there. You weren't there. But the crucifixion of fucking social media, they will tear you down. Was it the perception of public perception or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, you never got your ass whooped by a dude.
And you never will.
And you never will. You know what I mean? That's beautiful. But what I'm saying is, an ass whooping is an ass whooping. You know what I mean? My mom tore me up, but never a man. But you still remember how your mama whooped that ass, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she remember that for sure.
You remember that ass whooping. What I'm saying is, you'll never forget an ass whooping, whether it's by a man or not. You know what I mean?
Whoever it is, you ain't gonna forget it. Yeah.
You ain't gonna forget it. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that to say, a lot of people that identify with that shit, they a victim in most cases. You've been a victim of an ass whooping at some point in your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I don't empathize with her, but what I'm saying is I want the story to be genuine, opposed to we crucifying him based upon public opinion. You know what I mean? You see one snapshot, you know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to be already crucified. That's not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my perception. Like I told you, like I went through a whole thing I went through a whole messy divorce. And she was putting her hands on me. But she ran down to the courthouse, you know what I mean, and told them that I was an abuser. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She spat on me. I threw her in the rose bushes. I didn't make them scratches. The rose bushes did because she spat on me. You know what I mean? Long story short, I'm being held accountable and she's not.
Yeah.
She's being the victim and I'm being the aggressor.
Yeah.
When we work equally on some bullshit.
Right.
But you know how the saying goes in our culture. There should never be a point where a man put his hands on a female. That's what they say in our culture, but who really checks the female when she wrong? That's not cool. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of cases where a lot of men suffer because a lot of women still have the notion that they can put hands on a man and the man can't do nothing. We crucified Chris Brown for years, but nobody talked about her accountability, what she was doing.
Yeah.
We just saw her face fucked up, but she was in there fighting him, initiating the fight.
Let me see if we can run it. Yep, that's a good point, man. It's two sides to every story, and man, it's sad to say, but it more than likely do be a reason. And a lot of women, I can't speak for a lot of women, but there are cases where the women they push the man's buttons. The man should keep his poise, keep his control. But you know this man heated. You know this man is annoyed. You know he literally saying, "You better shut up or I go crazy."
No. I'm not even gonna say that because that's stating that you don't have control of who you are. But what I'm saying is when it's taking another step where a female spits on a man, put their hands on a man. We've seen it in schools with kids. You know
it's big in school.
Where a girl will walk up to a boy and smack the shit out of him because he's talking to another girl. And then when he hit her, everybody outraged.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to walk away. This what we teach us. When she wrong, she dead ass wrong. So who holds her accountable?
Yeah. Man, this brings me to a time, and I it's funny because I recently thought about this time in my life, and I think it was 6th grade. These two girls basically jumped me in a sense. Like it started out as a game that they just started hitting me, like both of them. And then they started like really hitting me. And I'm crying because I want to go ham. I want to start throwing bows. But I didn't. I couldn't. I just was something in me. I couldn't hit these girls back. And it was all play for them. But I'm hurt. I'm crying. I feel violated. I feel upset. And so many emotions are coming through me. But at the same time, I didn't want to tell. Because dang, you let two little girls beat you up, man. You ain't do nothing. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? And that was tough for me. That was real tough for me, man. I just remember crying so much. And then they realized, like, they eased up, like, yo, we was just playing. I'm like, yo, ain't nothing to play about. Like, I want to put pause on y'all. Like, and I've been in a few fights in my life only because I had to be. I'm not a fighter. Yeah, thank you, baby. I'm gonna send you. Yeah, go pull up to Bradford Middle School and get their records, man. You can find. Nah, but yeah, it was that was a tough time. But it just, my point is that it doesn't, violence doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a gender. You know what I'm saying? If you
When it comes
violence,
to
you violent.
when it comes to our community, it does.
It does, but it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It has a distinct look, and it's normally with the man. We supposed to have this high regard into what we cannot do. And in most cases, when it involves the black female, we cannot touch you. Not saying
Right.
anybody want to,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it's not equally evened out because
Mm-hmm.
you know women also say they have a problem with a man showing his vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, when I'm telling you, when you put your hands on me, it hurt. I'm a pussy there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? So I'm being vulnerable and I'm discussing to you something that I feel strong about. I don't like it when you touch me like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it when you hit me. I don't like it when you slap me. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to, like my ex-wife, man, she's had this thing. If we sit next to each other, say like I belch or I fart,
Mm-hmm.
bah, she just popped the shit out of me.
What?
And I said, yo, don't do that. That hurts. Your hand is heavy as fuck.
Right.
So she be like, oh, you can't take that. You know what I mean? Like you're questioning my manhood.
Exactly.
It kept
Exactly.
going, it kept going, it kept going. So one day she did that shit, bah, bah, right in her
Right.
chest,
Right back.
right back. You know what I mean? I've been telling you to stop doing that. This is how it feels like.
Mm.
So she gasped. The fuck you think I'm supposed to do? I gotta show you better than I can tell you.
Real talk.
And mind you, we're divorced for several reasons, but one
Mm-hmm.
of the reasons was we had too many interactions where we're competing against each other, and that's one of them. You know what I mean? You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be equally yoked with me. I feel like I'm in an imbalanced situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like it be so many things, and you you know what I mean? You go through this thing where you trying to figure out how society view men nowadays.
Right.
And I see a lot of these memes where these women be agreeing with things that bash men, and when we bash you, you have a problem. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I'm like, the double standard has got to stop somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you don't want us calling you bitches, hoes, tricks, whatever. Stop coming at my manhood. Stop
Mm-hmm.
disrespecting me. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? We are not in
100%.
line with each other. And this goes
100%.
back to that Diddy Cassie. Excuse me. This goes back to that Diddy Cassie situation. If we
Mm-hmm.
were really in line with each other,
Mm-hmm.
whatever happened before then, it wouldn't seep out in the hallway with me chasing you, bopping the shit out of you. You know what I mean?
Bob. Great point, man. Great point. I do want to hit these facts before we get up out of here. So again, it is mental health month, man. Mental health is so important to all areas of the community. Definitely, especially for African American people, but all people across the board. So I have a few facts here. I'm gonna read them off. If you know this is you, or if you know somebody like this, send them this way to get some help. Mental illness affects more than 50 million Americans. A large percentage of people go without treatment for mental illness every year. All right. How many people have mental illness? This is over 20% of American adults That's that 50 million number. The most common mental illnesses is anxiety at 19.1%, major depressive episodes at 8.3%, and post-traumatic stress disorder. That's the top three at 3.6%. From there goes bipolar, borderline personality disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and then schizophrenia. So that anxiety is a big part, and then you hear that a lot in culture is my anxiety this, my anxiety that, anxiety. Go ahead.
I'm listening to you, and I don't know if it's because back in the 80s and the 90s, no one clearly talked about mental illness like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the late 2000s, I guess when Columbine shit started popping off, and you start getting all these school shootings, people started talking about mental illness, and we need to tap into that and all this stuff. My question is, back in the 80s and the 90s, why weren't we talking about mental illness? You know what? I can't even ask you. You're younger than me, but my thing is, I don't know if you remember Herman Kiefer.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Like I don't remember like I was around, but I hear about it all the time.
Yeah, from what I understand, Herman Kiefer used to go there and get your birth certificate, or I remember I had got some type of nose operation. My nose was to bleed all the time, and I went there and got a nose operation so it don't bleed long. But also, I think one side of it they held like the a lot of mental cases in there.
Really?
So what I do understand that after they closed, they had nowhere for these people to go. So or they couldn't get the people that was like living with family, they couldn't get proper care because they couldn't go for inpatient care. So a lot of these people end up being on the streets. You know what I mean? A lot of them was downtown while you down there eating chicken and everything at the draft. You walking over the boy who need mental health issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say we could talk about mental health all day long, bro. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I'm like, I just feel like this day and age, the government doesn't put things in place so we can really tackle mental health issues because it's not considered to be something of importance to the government. So it's not going to get pushed to the forefront for everybody.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. And it needs to be more awareness. And I feel like that's happening, and it just can't stop here. So states with the highest rate of mental illness, you got Utah at number 1 with 29.68%, which is 675,000 people affected. But Oregon is number 2 at 27. That's what I said.
No, I know why.
Oh, you do? I don't. I thought is it the weather? Maybe you think?
I think because it's a lot of inbreeding. Like
Wow.
I don't know if you watch documentaries, but the Mormons out there, and they mating with their cousins, their sisters, their brothers. You know what I mean? So when you do a lot of inbreeding, a lot of stuff go down. And those, you're right, Danny. Those are incest in white places.
Yep. Oregon number 2. Now their percentage is less, but the people affected is more. 909,000. West Virginia, Kansas, Oklahoma, Washington, Idaho, Ohio, and the list goes on.
In West Virginia,
glad to not see Michigan on there.
In West Virginia, they have a well-known family in the Appalachian Mountains that they talk about all the time. It's on YouTube. It's a family. I think it's brothers and sisters where they've been fucking each other for decades.
Sheesh.
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy. For decades, it's crazy.
You see how goofy that is? Like,
yeah.
One day you with your sister, all of a sudden she having your baby. Yuck. bro.
That's wild, bro. That is wild. Highest states with the this was actually very shocking to me. Who is at number one? States with the highest rate of untreated mental illness. Just guess who you think number one is.
I don't know. I want to say Mississippi.
None of the states from earlier.
Mississippi.
Mississippi is on there. Their top looks like 10. Hawaii.
That's not surprising too. That's
Man,
not surprising.
Percentage of people not treated 69.1, 130,000.
You know why I say that's not surprising? Because they have a whole different culture, and they protect their culture, and people get involved in other people's cultures. It doesn't normally work out the way you expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean? Especially what they Samoan. So Samoans they identify close to what I want to say, like they practice the same type of structure would be like what Indians in a sense of like.
Not sure about that.
I'm not sure about it either. But what I'm saying,
I know what you're saying though. Is they're along somebody's lines? Yeah.
Yeah, they worship the elements and all that stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. That type of deal. Yeah.
If you are a person, just say you're a Caucasian from somewhere in the States, and you go over there and you're trying to tell them about mental illness in their culture, and they tell you it's something spiritual going on, and it's just gonna pass through Umbaktu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's an insult to their culture. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, we're in a 5-year drought. It's supposed to be mental. Yeah, whatever. Number 2 is Arizona. Number 3, California. California has 62.6%, but 3.7 million people affected. And then from there it goes Alabama, Texas, Nevada, West Virginia, Florida, New York, all the way down. Again, Michigan not on this list. That's incredible. States with the highest rate of depression: West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas. And then states with the most suicides: Montana, Alaska, New Mexico, South Dakota, Colorado.
Well, you know, in Alaska, was it the sun is out for like what, 9 months, 7 or 8 months? I would commit suicide too if I'm thinking it's nighttime and you know what I mean, but it's really daylight outside.
Yeah.
How the fuck I'm going to work? Because I'm used to going to sleep.
Right. You have to adjust to that. That's crazy. Only out for 9 months. Yeah, man. But at the same time, Hawaii has the lowest rate of depression with 12.7%. So although they have a high rate of untreated mental illness, they have a low rate of depression.
I think that's all connected to their spirituality.
Yeah. More than half of the U.S. adults with a mental illness, 55%, are not getting treatment. That's across the United States. 55% getting untreated. That's more than 28 million adults without mental health care that they need.
And I think that is what is contributing to a lot of this crime that's going on, bro.
I agree. Because, I mean, just sit down and talk to somebody like, yo, it's going to be all right.
No, you can't do that, bro. You cannot. There's no talking to motherfuckers nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
You have to be aware. You have to be aware of what they do, what they say, and what they show you. You ain't talking, you observing. We don't.
Absolutely.
That's the problem. We want to talk. You cannot talk. You have to be aware and observant of shit.
Real talk.
Niggas is on another fucking page nowadays. Like, yo, I was in the Ant. I don't know if I told you a story when I was in the Ant. Went to go see Jake John, and boy just got up and just jumped over a table. Me and Trees looked like, okay, this is what we doing. Boy walked up on the stage. Everybody chilling. Like, this is what he do. So I gave her the cue. We fuck out. I heard this dude clicked out that night, that same night. You know what I mean?
He did what?
I heard he clicked out that night. He had a whole breakdown, and they had to call the police and the ambulance and everything. But like I said, keeping my head on a swivel, I'm seeing shit that's not normal. You know what I mean? And everybody around me acting like it's okay. It is not fucking okay. Cold red, we out this bitch, baby. Boom. You ain't stupid. You been somewhere with Danny before, and you see something, you like, whoa. You tap her, because she probably looking at something else, and you say, yo, you see that shit, baby? What? All right, let's go.
We're about to slide.
We about to slide.
It ain't even nothing else to talk about.
There ain't nothing to talk about. No.
It's time to go.
When I saw this nigga jump over a table unnecessarily, like, look at me. Look what I'm doing. I said, oh, this nigga want attention.
Look at what I'm doing. It's crazy.
Oh, look what I'm doing. So I gave him attention. I watched him. I watched him go on stage. This motherfucker did a cartwheel on stage. Came down. He jumped back over the motherfucking table. I said, yo, babe, it's time to go. Mm-hmm. Let's say goodbyes. Let's say goodbyes.
Let's get up out of here.
UNITY, that's our unity. We out this bitch.
Yeah. Keep your head on the swivel, man. That's what it boiled down to. Be in the right mindset as you travel in these streets, as you travel in your job, whatever creative outlets you do, wherever you at. Be in the right mindset, man. Don't be so, oh man, come on. The right mindset will save your life and will save your opportunities as well. A lot of times we pass up opportunities or don't maximize on opportunities based upon the mindset we have. And I got the ocean in the back because you gotta have some type of stability through the storm, through the rockiness, man. You got to be able to anchor your mind through the calm. I mean, through the wavy waters, man. The waters are going wave. They gonna smack against you. But as long as you got that right mindset, you can always stay focused, man.
You know what that is? That's the motherfuckers doing weirdo shit. That's why the waves are bumpy and shit. Because you staying on kilt while these motherfuckers are being super weird. And that is a term that's being used a lot. Weirdos. Weird. Because shit is going on very, very weird nowadays.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Folks is weird for sure.
So you got to stay on tilt. So what we going to do, man? We going to wrap this thing up before we do. You got anything going on?
Y'all know what it is. Every Thursday we at Sports Locker Bar and Grill. Me and Danny host the Lovely's Open Mic. Tap in. I'll be in Canada next week, actually. And July 17th, I'll be featuring for Josiah Jones at Mark Ridley's Comedy Club.
Oh shit, you got that motherfucking enhanced license?
Yeah, I do. I got a passport, actually.
Yeah, I need to revamp my passport, but I still got that.
Get active, man.
Got that enhanced. I'm scared to go other places other than to Canada, man.
I know, right?
So much shit going on nowadays.
That's a quick drive there and back. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even none. We just went in April 20th. We did a show out there, a murder mystery show.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
y'all doing all types of different shit with your murder mystery, but not mine. I'll stay right in Troy with it. Woo, woo. Woo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to my wife, Danny Love. Y'all know what's up.
You know, we giving a shout out to DJ Touch. Love you, baby. You know, doing this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's checking us out. You know, we still got 200 strong. You know what I mean? So if you want to contribute, hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Tell your friends. You know what I mean? Because we come on this joint, we speak our truth. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, man. On that note, man, we gonna break a body here, man.
We're gonna dip up out of here.
I want to show that last little joint I got. I thought it was sexy. I'm gonna show it one more time.
It is sexy for sure.
Yeah, I
Get
thought
up
it
on
was
the
sexy, so I'm gonna show it one more time. Oh wait, that's when we tell them, "Hey, look, we'll be back. We'll be back."
Make sure you tap in with us. Tell your family that you love them. Tell yourself that you love you. We out.
We out.